Chapter 49. Allah's subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, and if we give him a taste of our mercy after touching him with adversity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying,
وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ رَحْمَةً مِنَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ ضَرَّاءَ مَسَّتْهُ لَيَقُولَنَّ هَذَا لِي.
And if we give him a taste of our mercy after touching him with adversity, then he says, this is from me. Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 50. Mujahid said, meaning, this is from my deeds and I deserve it. Ibn Abbas said, meaning, that which is with me. And he subhanahu wa ta'ala said,
قَالَ إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ عِنْدِي.
He says, it only came to me because of the knowledge with me. Surah Al-Qasas, chapter 28, verse 78. Qatada said, from my knowledge of profiting. And others said, from Allah's knowledge, I am the best who knows it. And this is the meaning of Mujahid's statement. It came to me out of honor. From Abu Huraira, that he heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, once there were 3 men from the children of Israel, a leper, a blind man, and a bald man, whom Allah wanted to test. So he sent an angel to them. The angel asked the leper, what would you most like to have? The leper said, good complexion and good skin, because the people consider me to be filthy. Then the angel touched him and he was cured. He was given a good complexion and good skin. Then the angel said, which property would you most like to have? The leper said, camels. So he was given a pregnant camel, and the angel said, may Allah bless you with it. Then the angel came to the bald man and said, what would you most like to have? He said, nice hair, and I wish I could be cured from this disease because people find me repulsive. The angel touched him and he was given nice hair. Then the angel said, which property would you most like to have? He said, cows. So the angel gave him a pregnant cow that had plenty of milk. The angel said to him, may Allah bless you with it. The angel came to the blind man and said, what would you most like to have? He said, I wish Allah would restore my sight so I can see the people. He touched his eyes and Allah gave him his sight back. The angel said, which property would you most like to have? He said, sheep. So the angel gave him a pregnant sheep. Later, all 3 pregnant animals gave birth to their young. They multiplied and brought forth so many animals that one of the men had a herd of camels filling a valley. One had a herd of cows filling a valley, and the other one had a flock of sheep filling a valley. Then the angel, disguised to appear as a leper, visited the leper and said, I am a poor man who has lost all means of livelihood while on a journey. So none will satisfy my need except Allah, and then you. In the name of him who has given you such nice complexion, such beautified skin, so much property, I ask you to give me a camel so that I may reach my destination. The man replied, I have many obligations, so I cannot give you any. The angel said, I think I know you. Were you not a leper who the people shunned? Weren't you a poor man and then Allah gave this to you? He replied, I inherited this from my family. The angel said, if you are lying, then let Allah make you as you were before. Then the angel, disguised as a bald man, went to the bald man and said the same as he had to the leper. He too answered the same way. The angel told him, if you are lying, then let Allah make you as you were before. Then the angel, disguised as a blind man, visited the blind man and said, I am a poor man and a traveler whose means of livelihood have been exhausted while on a journey. I have nobody to help me except Allah, and after him you yourself. I ask you in the name of him who has given you back your eyesight to give me a sheep, so that with its help I may complete my journey. The man said, I was once blind and Allah returned my side to me. I was once poor and Allah made me rich. So take anything you like from what I have. By Allah, I will not praise you for leaving anything you need of my property which you may take for Allah's sake. The angel replied, keep your property. You three men have been tested. Allah is pleased with you, but He is angry with your two companions. And this is a narration of Bukhari and Muslim. Important points. Number 1, the explanation of the ayah. Number 2, the meaning of this is from me. Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 50. Number 3, the meaning of it only came to me because of the knowledge with me. Surah Al-Qasas, chapter 28, verse 78. Number 4, the numerous important lessons from this story. Commentary by al-Sadi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and if we give him a taste of our mercy after touching him with adversity, then he says, this is from me. Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 50. The objective of this discussion is that all one claims he receives of favors and provision by his own hand, skill or intellect, or because he deserves that, thinking that he has some right over Allah for it, then this negates Tawheed, because the believer is obliged to recognize internally and externally that the favors come from Allah and that the praise is due to Allah for that, and to recognize that these are from His favors and beneficence, to utilize these favors in acts of obedience to Allah, not to think that he has some right for these things over Allah. Rather, Allah alone has the right over them. He is simply a servant in every sense. So by this he fulfills his faith and Tawheed. If the opposite occurs, then he achieves only ingratitude for the favor and amazement with the self, displaying that which is among the most evil of traits.